And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing FortressCraft Evolved. Alright, one of the things I want to do here is I'm going to grab all these pristine faceted eyes, and we're going to change these into crude organic lenses. So let's just convert all of these as fast as we can. Oh, that was a lot of them. 1980. Okay, and then let's take... I don't want all the blue eyes. So I'm thinking... I'm going to grab the blue eyes. Actually, let me cue that. And I'm going to separate out like 100. I want 100 to spare. And then I'm going to convert all of these into lenses. And a few less of these than there were of the other ones, but still quite a few. And there we go. And a couple things to update. I disabled our missile delivery, and I disabled the power going up to the reducers. So these batteries are actually just about dry. Because I haven't lost an attack this whole game. I think this is the very first game where I have never lost an attack. And we have one of the mutation flags on of important CPH. And I kind of want to test that out. I want to test when our CPH goes down, do all of our batteries in our base dry up. And it's also a good test of our laser system, just to see if we can withstand all of that threat. I might even add, if I'm feeling a little lucky, some threat agitators to see just how high we can get our threat level and still have, you know, still have a chance, still have some fun. Might be fun to do that anyway, just because. Really, I have 2,000 of these? I shouldn't. No, 1980. Okay, so we're going to set that to crude. We're going to set that to organic. We're going to drop all of those. I can't believe I have to do those one at a time. And all of these. There we go. And now we should have a mix of both types of lenses, and this kickstarts the lens process. You can see them in there, getting some, I don't know, getting some stuff, I guess. So yeah, I want to get this started just so when we actually get a little bit of chromium, I can drop it in here and have some chrome lenses right away. I might even sacrifice. Do I want to sacrifice? I'll put 100 in there. It should be able to deliver 50 to each side, and that should be enough to give me 100 lenses. Thank you, Pandora's Boxes, for that lovely amount of chromium that you delivered to me. So it should split those off evenly, 50 over here, 50 over here, which is nice. It's nice that it does that for us. So yeah, there we go. There's the first 100. And again, these take a while. These take a while to finish. So, well, at least they do in vanilla. My version plus rapid mode is probably the cause of that being a little bit much faster. It's much faster, let's face it, but rapid mode might have a bigger part of that pie. Okay, so the bosses are now entering the arena, and we've got lots and lots of lasers ready to go. See how much, see the hit points, 430,000 hit points just on that guy. But he goes fast. These 7,200 damage on each one of those goes pretty fast for each of those lasers. I might have to cut off. I'm not sure. I think we might actually win this just based off of the fact that those lasers are super powerful. Okay, so we are just about out of power up here. These will... Yeah, you can see there's no line there. These should stop any second now. After their... Oh my goodness. After their internal power dies off, should have no more power. This one has a little bit of extra power because it's the last one. So it got fuel before anything else. But, you know, each one of these lowers threat quite a bit. So why... I mean, that battery is dead. There they go. Just lost all of these. What happens to our threat? Is it updated yet? See, the threat now is 5550 being reduced instead of 7800. Oh, there's 3300. This one must have kicked off. So now, you know, our threat level is going to be way higher. We're going to be approaching that magic 20,000 here anytime, which is going to be boss heavy. And, you know, as a result of that, I would like to know what we can do about the threat. Let's see. Threat agitator. If I craft a couple of these, you don't need many of these to make a difference. That is for sure. So I'm going to take that one and this one, and I'm going to put in the threat agitator here and here. And let's see. Yeah, agitator threat plus 4,000. So you can see how much difference that made. Now we're at 23,000 threat. Okay, power, thank you very much. That comes up way too often. So yeah, 23,050 for the threat. And we don't really have much power over here, so these won't last very long. But still, that's a lot of threat. It looks like these... Yeah, these finally kicked off. So I could... It looks like those are adding 2,000 a piece. So yeah, these add 10%, and it's 10% right on the top. So because our threat is essentially 20,000, regardless of our reducers, it's adding 2,000. Each one of those is adding 2,000 threat. So you can see how fast it goes up. And as a result, with the increased threat level, the drops are going to be a little bit better. So we'll see if these things... Aiming. Wow, those things are killing them fast. So I might need some more threat agitators in order to try to lose, because I need so many mobs to come in. Even Spider Bro is having his way with that boss. Look at that. Boss goes down. So let's try to build some more agitators. I kind of want to see. Well, those drained that battery quick. That was quick. Okay, so I'm going to come over here. I'm going to take this one and this one away. I'm going to put the agitators in there instead. And see if that helps that out a little bit. I'm not sure if these actually use more power. 10%, because I know the other ones were about 5 power per second, and these seem to be more. These do seem to be more power per second, that's for sure. So I'm going to take these away. I want no more reduction. There we go. I think I have some more over here. Because as soon as I start charging that OET, the reducers are going to be pointless anyway. And as soon as I build the C5, you know, the reducers are pointless anyway. So I might as well get rid of them now and work on all my stuff later. So we still have, it's going up a little bit. So I still have like 5 reducers out there somewhere. Where would those be? I see some bubbles coming up over here. There. Okay, so that took care of those. Still have a few around. I'm looking for the green, the telltale green bubblies from reducers. Those are my agitators. And I'm not seeing, unless they're over here. Oh, there's one. Okay. I'll move my mouse cord out here a little bit. So I've probably got a couple more around somewhere. Not sure where they would be though. Don't think I have any under there or over there. Here is my massive amount of construction paste here. And we're talking 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24,000. 24,000 construction paste right here. Quite a substantial amount of paste every time I come up. That little dig that I did down in... Yeah, these are taking way more power than their brethren. So, how do I want to handle that? I kind of want to do this, and then this. Take this, put it here. Take this. Put it here. So now we've got 2 of these. And now I'm going to take this away because these are dead to rights. These away. And then take these out of the picture. So now we don't have anything in the way. It's kind of a waste of space, but I'll clean all this up later. I do want a few more the infused coal to come down here so we can keep these agitators powered. It's really crazy. Did I just pick up? Yeah, I picked up bugs. It's crazy how much power those things used. So, do we have a surplus here? I mean, this is roughly 86 power per second. Okay, we do have a surplus. Let's see if it's even... I think it's okay. Well, we'll give that a shot for a while. I'm gonna tear all this out. It was good while it was needed, but it is no longer needed. This is where I was charging the power boosters. Like right in here, there's power boosters. I could migrate these over to our power boosters over there and actually get them charged, but I'm gonna forego that idea. Alright, do I have... I'm seeing... Oh, there's a reducer. I can get rid of that. I saw... Oh, there's another one right there. Those are the last two, I do believe. We pick that up before a beacon gets it. And now we should be approaching exactly 24,000 threat. And I'm still in no danger, even without missiles, in absolute no danger of losing this battle. We'll see. We'll see how we go here. There's some threat reducers in there. I'm going to dump the rest of those in. And maybe even make some more threat agitators. Okay, do I have any more bug parts that I need to clean up? Don't think I do. Yeah, we got a lot of bugs coming in from both sides. Look at the bugs coming in here. And our lasers are just working them. I'm not sure if... So these aren't even being tapped to their full potential yet. Of course, the lasers aren't going constantly, which I would expect. I would expect them to do soon, because we got all these bosses coming in. And Spider Bro is doing his thing. So maybe I'm gonna make a couple more agitators and see if that...
Crafting.
Okay, let's build one here and see if these... Okay, now our threat is plus 6,000, which is nice. And we got plus 15 mobs. So where else could we throw one of these where we are generating enough power? We got one right here I might be able to put in. Because this is being fed by... This has got two things on it, so this should be just fine. And now we have plus 8,000. So our threat is just going crazy high. And our lasers are doing a number on our bosses right now. And yeah, these are revving up. These are quickly revving up. But the bugs, the big ones, are so slow that there's like, if they went a little faster, if your threat goes above 20,000, I think it would be fun to see the bugs go faster. So 20,000, everything stays the same, but even one above that, the bugs, even the bosses especially, would lumber along, you know, kind of like 10% faster for every 1,000 you're over the 20,000 threat. Because then they would move in really quick, and I think that would be a little bit that would be fun to see. I should tell DJ about that little idea. Maybe that would be a simple code change. But our threat is still going up. We are, you know, slowly approaching that 28,000. But we are still, these lasers are doing a great job keeping everything at bay right now. Looks like the bosses, or the heavies, have 30,000 hit points. And the bosses, who knows how many? Oh, 351,000 hit points. He must have gotten hit by Spider Bro a little bit, because I'm not seeing the super high amount of hit points that I would expect to see those bosses have. I would expect them to have, you know, 600 and something thousand hit points. So this one, yeah, they're taking these things out pretty fast. But that will have to do it for this episode. I will come back when and if we are close to losing to see what happens when we lose. I might even make some more agitators up in here to see what happens to our threat. So there we go. We are almost exactly there. Come on, one more. There it is. 28,000 threat plus 20 mob bonus. So our next attack should be just absolutely brutal. You know, plus 20 mobs. Look at the bosses. 72 bosses coming our way already in this early stage of the battle here. These bosses are going to be just... I mean, there's still... Stuff is still dying like crazy. Look at all of the loot out here. Even though they're super duper close, my Falcors are struggling to keep that going. Look at all of the loots. Is that happening over here as well? I think I have, yeah, I've got these doubled up. You can see because of that slime trap pit, I've got these doubled up just so there's a little bit more capacity. But Spider Bro is doing some business over here. 1,500, it's like 3,000 a pop that he's hitting those bosses at. But we got a few coming this way. So hopefully we'll get close. If not, I'll build some more agitators until we get overrun. But anyway, that will do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.